Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered if you're actually more attractive than you think? You might not see it, but the way people react to you might be giving away the truth. Today, we're diving deep into some fascinating psychology that will change the way you see yourself. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Now, a lot of us underestimate our attractiveness. Maybe you don't always feel like a head-turner, but the truth is, attractiveness isn't just about flawless features or Hollywood-level beauty. It's about the way you carry yourself, the way people react to you, and those little subconscious signals you might not even notice. Ever had a stranger smile at you for no reason? Or maybe people remember you, even if you barely spoke to them. That's because attractiveness isn't just about looks. It's about energy, presence, and the way you make others feel. One of the biggest signs that you're more attractive than you realize is when people seem nervous around you. Have you ever noticed someone fidgeting, looking away quickly, or stumbling over their words when they talk to you? That's not because they don't like you. It's because they might find you intimidating in the best way possible. When someone finds you attractive, their body reacts before their mind catches up. It's science. And speaking of body language, let's talk about eye contact. Ever caught someone staring at you only for them to look away quickly? That's a dead giveaway. People tend to stare at things they find interesting. And if you notice this happening often, chances are you're catching more attention than you think. But it's not just about strangers. It's also about the way people who know you act around you. Have you ever noticed that people light up when you walk into a room? Maybe they adjust their posture, fix their hair, or suddenly become more talkative when you're around. That's because attraction isn't just about physical looks. It's about the energy you bring. If you make people feel good just by being around them, that's an undeniable sign of attractiveness. Let's talk about compliments for a second. Have you ever had someone compliment something about you that seems oddly specific? Like, you have such a nice voice, or your presence is just so calming. These compliments aren't random. When people find you attractive, they'll notice and appreciate the little things that make you unique. Now let's flip the script. Have you ever felt like people assume you're taken, uninterested, or even unapproachable? This might actually mean you're more attractive than you realize. Sometimes, when someone looks confident and put together, others might think, oh, they're probably already in a relationship, or they wouldn't be interested in someone like me. So if you feel like you don't get approached as often as you'd expect, that could actually be a sign of high attractiveness. And then there's the undeniable power of social media. Do people engage with your posts even if they don't always comment? Maybe they watch your stories, like your pictures, or subtly keep up with your life. Sometimes people admire from afar because they find you appealing but don't know how to say it outright. Have you ever been told, I thought you were intimidating at first, but you're actually really nice? That's another huge sign. People often mistake attractiveness, especially when paired with confidence, for being unapproachable. It's not that you're actually intimidating, it's that people don't know how to act around someone they find appealing. And let's not forget about natural charisma. Ever noticed how people laugh at your jokes even when they're not that funny? Or how people just seem drawn to your energy, even if you're not trying? That's because attractiveness isn't just about looks. It's about the way you make people feel. Another thing to pay attention to is how people react when you talk. If they lean in, if they mirror your expressions, or if they seem genuinely engaged, that's a sign of subconscious attraction. People are naturally drawn to those they find appealing, even if they don't consciously realize it. Now, here's something interesting. Have you ever walked into a place and felt like people just noticed? Even if no one says anything, there's this subtle shift in the air, like people are just aware of your presence. That's a major sign. Attractive people often have a magnetic presence, even when they're not trying. And let's talk about friendships. Do people seem to remember small details about you? Like things you mentioned in passing weeks ago. That's because when people find someone attractive, physically, emotionally, or energetically, they pay more attention. Oh, and here's a fun one. Have you ever been told you look like a celebrity, even if you don't think you do? Sometimes people associate attractiveness with familiarity, so they might compare you to someone famous just because they find you appealing. Now, if you've ever been in a situation where people are extra nice to you for no apparent reason, like getting free stuff, receiving unexpected favors, or just having people go out of their way to help you, it could be because they're naturally drawn to you. Attractive people, whether they realize it or not, often get a little extra kindness from the world. But let's make one thing clear. Attractiveness isn't just about fitting into beauty standards. It's about confidence, kindness, and the way you carry yourself. People are drawn to authenticity. If you're comfortable in your own skin, if you smile genuinely, if you radiate good energy, that's what makes you truly attractive. So, if you've related to even a few of these signs, chances are you're way more attractive than you give yourself credit for. And if you don't see it yet, trust me, others do. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever caught yourself wondering, am I actually attractive? Well, today I'm going to tell you something that might shock you. You're probably way more attractive than you think. Yes, I know. Sometimes we're our own worst critics. We look in the mirror and only see the flaws. But the truth is, attractiveness isn't just about physical features. It's about presence, confidence, the way people react to you, even things you don't notice. So sit back, relax, and let's break down some psychology-backed signs that prove you're catching way more attention than you realize. And make sure you watch until the end, because some of these might just change the way you see yourself forever. All right, let's dive in. Let's start with something subtle but powerful. People remember you, even if you don't remember them. Have you ever run into someone who greets you enthusiastically and you're just standing there thinking, wait, who is this person? That's because attractive people tend to leave an impact. Whether it's your voice, your energy, or just something about your face, you make an impression without even trying. Now here's something interesting. Do people stare at you even when you're not dressed up? Maybe you're just running errands, wearing sweats, hair a little messy, and yet people glance at you. That's because true attractiveness isn't about being perfectly styled 24/7. It's about natural features, energy, and expression. And speaking of energy, let's talk about strangers being extra nice to you. Have you ever been given a free coffee? Had someone hold the door for an extra second longer, or been randomly complimented? Sometimes people are drawn to you in a way they can't explain, so they just act kinder. If you've noticed this, take it as a sign that you're radiating something special. Now this one is super common. Have you ever felt like people are nervous around you? Maybe they fidget when they talk to you, stumble over their words, or avoid eye contact. It's not because they don't like you. It's the opposite. When people are around someone they find attractive, their body reacts before their mind even catches up. Let's talk about social media for a second. Do people always watch your stories, like your pictures, or engage with your posts, even if they don't talk to you in real life? That's because people admire from a distance. Maybe they're too shy to say something, but they're definitely paying attention. Here's another subtle sign. People tend to agree with you, even when you're just casually talking. Have you ever said something in a group and noticed that people nod, smile, or just go along with what you're saying? Attractive people often hold a certain social influence, even when they don't realize it. It's like people naturally trust and gravitate toward them. And let's not forget about the classic sign, random compliments, especially on unique things. Maybe someone tells you that you have a beautiful smile, a great laugh, or even something oddly specific, like you have such an interesting way of looking at things. That's because when people find someone attractive, they pay attention to all the little things that make them stand out. But sometimes, the biggest signs aren't even about how people treat you. It's about how they react when you're not around. Ever had someone say, "Oh, we were just talking about you," when you walk into a room? That means you're memorable. Attractive people have this way of leaving an impression even when they're not present. Now let's talk about something a little deeper. Do people open up to you quickly? Have you ever had a conversation with someone and suddenly they're spilling their life story? That's because attractiveness isn't just physical, it's emotional. People feel safe and drawn to those who have a warm, inviting presence. And here's a big one. Do you feel like people assume you're already taken? Maybe you don't get approached often, or people act surprised when they find out you're single. That's because confidence, good energy, and natural beauty can make people assume you're already in a relationship. It's not that you're unapproachable. It's that people think there's no way they're single. And while we're on that topic, let's talk about something that might surprise you. Sometimes people dislike you for no reason. If you've ever felt like someone is cold toward you, even though you've done nothing wrong, it could be because they see you as competition or feel intimidated by your presence. It's weird, but it happens. Another huge sign, people mirror your body language. Have you ever been in a conversation and noticed the person subtly copying your gestures? Maybe you cross your arms and a few seconds later they do too, or you lean in and they follow. This is subconscious. It happens when people feel connected or attracted to someone. And let's not forget about the power of mystery. Have you ever been told you seem intriguing or that people want to figure you out? Sometimes attractiveness isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about having an energy that makes people curious. Now this one is a game changer. You get compliments on your voice. Whether it's the tone, the way you speak, or the confidence in your words, an attractive voice can be just as powerful as physical beauty. Some people just have a way of speaking that captivates others. And last but not least, people remember little details about you. If someone recalls something you mentioned weeks ago, even if it seemed small, it means they were paying extra attention. When people are drawn to someone, their brain naturally holds on to information about them. So, if you've related to even a few of these signs, guess what? You're way more attractive than you think. And remember, attractiveness isn't just about looks. It's about confidence, energy, and the way you make people feel. All right, now it's your turn. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own life? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And hey, if this video made you see yourself in a new light, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more psychology-backed insights. Thanks for watching. And until next time, stay confident, stay authentic, and keep being your amazing self. So what do you think? Have you noticed any of these signs in your life? Let's talk in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And hey, if this video made you realize just how attractive you truly are, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing psychology facts. Until next time, stay confident, stay authentic, and keep being your amazing self. See you in the next video.